Do you remember the one time I said, "Hey, we're gonna go live now," and then for about 4.5 minutes, until we realized we weren't actually live yet?
I don't remember that specifically, but it sounds like something that would happen.
It did happen. Anyway, thanks for joining us, everybody. We are actually live here from Disneyland. I'm Tony out in LPHQ East, just a mile away or so from the counterpart to where Mike's at today. Mike, tell us what's going on.
It's a lovely late winter day here at the happiest place on earth, Walt Disney's original Magic Kingdom, Disneyland, here in Anaheim, California.
I'm glad you used Walt Disney's original Magic Kingdom. I like that. I did it in our about for this stream, and then because I also was scheduling one for the Magic Kingdom, which is tomorrow. If you are a fan of Laughing Place, like, subscribe, get notified, ring that bell, and you'll be alerted to when we go live tomorrow as well. But so I did Walt Disney's original Magic Kingdom and then Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom.
Nice.
Anywho,
I don't think we have any real designs on the stream today, but we're just here to check out the park, see what's happening, and enjoy the atmosphere, I think.
yes, the atmosphere. It looks like it's not too chilly, so I don't think there's any toros in that atmosphere.
No, but nice SNL reference in honor of the 50th.
No, I was doing that's Bring It On. That's Bring It On. Yeah.
Sorry, I got confused. There's the other cheerleaders are
the Spartan cheerleaders are SNL.
Spartans are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, right here, you're by the popcorn cart. Anything enticing at the popcorn cart?
I noticed they got rid of the. There was a sticker here just last week that said that was advertising the Stitch Magic Key exclusive popcorn bucket. That seems to be gone.
Wasn't that for Valentine's Day?
Yeah. Oh, was it a Valentine's Day only thing?
I think it might have been just Valentine's Day, or it sold out.
Fair enough. That is.
And they have the Joey Choo Disneyland one still. You said.
Yeah, I can show that off. Like in the. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah. Us and ourselves have little problems. Yep.
I'll play the role. Now, going straight ahead, is Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln open at all, or is it just shuttered waiting for the start?
It has been closed for a while. I believe they are installing the Great Moments with Mr. Walt Disney. What's it called?
I will be calling it that as well, so don't you fret. But the official name is Walt Disney: A Magical Life.
Magical Life. There we go.
I still wanted a Steve Martin 70th anniversary video or something, but
yeah, that would be nice. Every time I mention the new Walt Disney animatronic show coming here, my wife says R.I.P. Mr. Lincoln, and I have to remind her that Mr. Lincoln is not going away. It will be rotated out.
That is correct.
The Disney show.
For the 70th, it sounds like it will be mostly Walt, and then after that initial run, it based on the art, it looks like it's on a turntable, so the whole thing might rotate out. So it'll be like every other show, it seems like, or maybe half the day and half the day not.
That will be interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of what they do at Epcot out here with granted it's not animatronics, but Impressions de France and the Beauty and the Beast sing along. For a good portion of the day, it's Beauty and the Beast sing along, and then later in the evening, it's Impressions de France. But most people walk by going to the Ratatouille ride.
Right. I have not been on it in Epcot yet. I've only been on it in Paris. That's the kind of Disney snob I am.
Yep. And folks, we are live. If you have any comments, questions, greetings you'd like to pass on, let us know. Sonia says, hello, Laughing Place. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too, Sonia.
Hello.
Coming up on the right, we have the Main Street Cinema. Let's pop in there real quick.
Okay.
Come July, this will play host to a special exhibit featuring Richard and Robert Sherman and the short film The Last Verse, about the last verse they wrote for It's a Small World. It'll be open July 17th. Until then, it's the original animation building from California Adventure, the Main Street Cinema. showing
And now
off.
it's currently
Yep.
showcasing a number of black and white animated shorts that are gradually going into the public domain one by one.
That is true. I'm trying to figure out what they are just by looking at them, but I'm not as skilled with the black and white stuff because there's so many of them.
Pluto just jumped into a pond filled with
Yeah.
frogs. Mickey's hunting with a
I
rifle.
feel like that's Moose Hunters, but I feel like that's wrong.
Okay.
Or some variant of it. I remember this one mostly because it was in, if it is this one, because it was in the Mickey Mania video game, if you recall that.
Mickey
for the-
Mania.
Yeah, for the
No, I
Sega
don't remember.
Genesis and the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, or the SNES.
I had one called oh man, what was the one where Mickey could turn into, he had different hats that he could put on, and it, like one was a firefighter.
Oh, I don't know that game, not offhand anyway.
What was that called?
You'll hear frantic 90s typing as I try to
Yeah,
figure this out.
it was definitely available on Super Nintendo. That's where I had it.
It's not Epic Mickey. That's
No,
too new.
this would be like 93-ish.
Magical Quest, maybe? No.
Yes, that's
Oh, was it?
Magical Quest. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good game. I enjoyed that game quite a bit. It's a side scroller, but it has a lot of cool features.
Hold on. I'm looking this up. 92 is the first
Apparently.
one. Apparently there were
Okay.
3.
Yeah, it would have been that first one.
Tell me about the game. The game features Mickey Mouse traveling across a strange land that is ruled by evil Emperor Pete after he dognaps Pluto. I'm reading this and I don't see anything about hats offhand.
Oh,
Oh, wait.
I'm pretty
Mickey's
sure.
outfits in this game include a magician outfit, which enables him to shoot magic, a firefighter uniform that enables him to continually spray water, mountain climbing gear that gives him a grappling hook. So basically, it's the outfits, not a hat.
I
But
thought
yes,
it was
you are
hats,
right.
but I guess I'm wrong. Yeah.
That could be how it's indicated. When wearing the magician or firefighter outfits, Mickey's magic and water abilities are limited. Blah, 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 blah. Either way, there it is. Magical Quest.
In just a few minutes,
Oh.
we invite you to join the Disneyland band, Mickey Mouse and Friends, for the happiest march along on Earth.
I would say we should watch the band, but I don't think you'll hear them.
We heard that announcement, so maybe we'll see.
But I think we've established that my microphone only picks up talking.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll give you that. I was looking up the video game, and I apparently missed this. But Fred says, "Hey, that's plain crazy."
Yeah, which I believe is now in the public domain.
Yes, it is.
Also.
Fred says, "Where were you at?" We were on the Main Street Cinema at Disneyland, Walt Disney's original Magic Kingdom. I mean, we could at least still see them go by.
Sure.
Kind of like this trolley here. I remember, so devotees will recall I've talked about this before. I used to work at Magic Kingdom for 4 years on Main Street, USA, doing various operations there.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when when Wally came out, was in that interim. And Wally opens with that song from Hello Dolly, which is also, as you just pointed out, in the Main Street music loop. And my first thought seeing Wally was, oh my God, I'm going to hate this. Little did I know that would become my favorite Pixar film. Fred asks, was that a real horse? It absolutely was. The Main Street horse-drawn trolley does use real horses.
I mean, or a very, very impressive audio animatronic horse.
They really upgraded Lucky. So
that's the best kind of movie, though, Tony. I think the ones that win you over.
Yeah,
and you're like, I'm not
true.
gonna like this, and then it becomes one of your favorites.
Oh, I had a feeling I was gonna like it, but then as soon as that song hit, like I was just like, oh God, why? I'm gonna hate this now.
Oh, just because you had heard the song,
every 45 minutes for a number of years at that point.
Yeah. Was that how long the loop is? 45?
Give or take, yeah.
Okay. Jolly Holiday Bakery is under refurb right now.
Ooh. What are they doing? I'm guessing just cleaning it up since we haven't seen any major announcements or hypothetical scenarios given at a D23 convention.
Yeah, I think it's just a refresh.
We've been doing some blue sky ideas for the Jolly Holiday Bakery. We think it might start selling this kind of muffin. Sorry, that's just me picturing what a D23 blue sky announcement for Jolly Holiday would be.
Gotcha.
Sonia points out, a laughing place. I hope you guys wish my little sister Dorothy happy birthday. She's turning 18 years old on February 24th. Well, happy early birthday to Dorothy.
Happy birthday, Dorothy.
Fred brings this up. I have not watched the third Deadpool yet. I do need to because I have seen the first two.
Mm-hmm.
Funny you mentioned Barbara Streisand because Deadpool was right. Do you want to build a snowman? Does sound like Papa. Can you hear me?
I think you'd appreciate Deadpool and Wolverine. It's got a lot of good in-jokes.
Yeah, from what I've seen, I enjoy it. I did like the first two.
Yeah.
So I do have a desire to watch the third. We actually had the opportunity to see it on the Disney Magic when we were on our cruise, my wife and I, but they only did late screenings, probably because it was rated
That
R.
makes sense, yeah.
So all the screenings were like 11 or 11:30 at night after a full day of doing cruise activities and baking in the sun. I'm like, I don't know. And I know that movie's 2.5 hours long, so I knew that wasn't going to happen. What's going on in the hub here? Any fun with the statues?
Just a normal day mostly here. We're between holiday seasons, so there's not really a lot of special seasonal decor. I guess it's sort of a springtime theme right now with some brightly colored flowers around the partner statue.
Orange Grove, it says hello to you, Orange Grove. Are you a fan of Orange Grove, Mike? Orange Grove 55?
I will say I feel awful because he came up to me at D23 this year and said hi, and I didn't recognize him. We're friendly on social media, but I'm deeply ashamed to say that I don't watch a lot of other Disney bloggers because we spend our entire day and week doing this stuff. So I know him from the logo. If the logo had come up and said hello to me, I would have known who he was. I feel bad, but it was nice to meet him in person.
Well, I feel bad for bringing it up. The only reason I brought it up is because there was a hay of familiarity there.
Yes, we've met.
So
we've met. We're friendly. I'd like to have him on my podcast at some point. I know he's invited me on his show, and I couldn't do it for some reason. But we should make that happen at some point. Orange Grove.
Gosh, I really should produce. Anyway, Fred says, referring to Deadpool and Wolverine.
What?
I just putting people together. I've lifted the comment. I asked questions. And now you guys are talking about doing a podcast together. I should just get into producing.
I really need a booker for my podcast. So you can take that over.
I'll start with that. All right. Fred points out Deadpool is only 2 hours and 7 minutes long. I also sit through the credits, though, Fred. That is a mandatory thing in my book. So.
Funny post-credit scene in Deadpool and Wolverine, also, that I won't spoil for you.
Please don't. And everybody should be sitting through credits, by the way. Not just me, not just Mike. Everybody needs to be sitting. A lot of people pour their heart and soul into these movies.
I was doing that before it was cool. With the MCU.
I will always do it. I've always done it with animation, but it is now carried over into everything. So
the first post-credit scene I can remember seeing is from the movie Masters of the Universe, which would have been like 1986 or 87.
Yep.
And it's Skeletor like popping out of a vat of acid and saying, "I'll be back."
I think mine is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's the first one that comes to mind. Because if you stay through the credits, Ferris comes out and goes, "What are you
Yeah.
still doing here? Go home."
I'm gonna try to unplug my mic here and see if you can hear the band.
Okay, awesome.
Let's try that.
Let's not lose all of our audio though. Oh wow.
How's that? Do you hear him?
Yeah, we can hear him now. Yeah, for sure.
Great.
The Disneyland Band.
But it's February 19th.
I'm just gonna let him play through one more song and then I'll reconnect.
All right, that's fine.
Disneyland Band. The Happiest Place, Johnny. And you guys are all up here to everyone's favorite dinner.
Tony?
Yep, and we're back.
Oh,
I
great.
mean, we've been here, but the audio.
Oh,
is
look
back.
who's coming.
Oh, all the friends and some birds.
Just that.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Okay.
It's also picking up everybody else's like chatter and excitement, which is fine.
Right.
But it sounds more like a bad stream, and it's not. It's just the audio of the mic.
Yeah.
Going back to our credits talk, Fred points out his first post credit scene was Iron Man.
All right,
That would be 2008.
give or take. Sure.
The Avengers Initiative.
Is that brought up in the first one?
It is.
Yeah.
Samuel Jackson shows up as Nick Fury.
Fred says, "So you're walking out?" No, we're not leaving. I think we're heading towards Adventureland
Yes.
and starting to go deeper into the park.
I go left when I enter Disneyland. What's your preference?
I'm usually booking it to Indy, so I would say I go left.
Okay,
as well.
you also go left. Okay.
Although sometimes I will do this, and I do this now more as an adult. Oddly, I'll go towards Toontown first, and do Roger and Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Okay.
Before Toontown gets uncontrollably filled with families and strollers.
Gotcha. What's this level 99 thing I keep seeing?
So level 99, from what I understand, is like arcade is a bad term to use, but like, have you seen those viral videos of folks sitting, or not sitting, but like playing in a game where it's the room is lava, but it's like squares on the ground,
Yeah,
and the squares light up? It's that.
okay,
but with different ones.
Gotcha. And that, we think that's going into the Disney Quest building.
I saw that it was coming to Disney Springs West Side. My belief would be that would be that building, considering what's there. Because nothing there that I know of is vacant or going to be vacant, aside from the NBA Experience / former Disney Quest location.
Okay.
So.
Ooh.
Every now and then we'll randomly see characters over there above the fruit market. Is anything going on over there?
Oh, nothing right now. No. Last time I
Okay.
saw somebody up there was Sweethearts Night, where they had Indiana Jones and Marianne Ravenwood.
Nice. I was going to
Hanging
say
out.
Marion Crane. I blame the birds, but Marion Crane is also Psycho. So,
Uh-huh.
right? Yeah.
Marion Crane is Psycho, yes.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I see another vlogger heading my way. It's Fresh Baked Disney.
I know.
There he goes. Speaking of Indiana Jones Adventure, celebrating its 30th anniversary this year.
Yes, it is. What's the wait time?
And 50 minutes right now, 50.
Okay. I couldn't tell if it was a 5 or a 3.
And 2 new pins celebrating the 30th anniversary were released yesterday, I believe. Let's go take a look at those. We'll go in the Westward Ho pin trading shop in Frontierland. I'll head back this way.
Wait, did you say so we're going back to Frontierland? Did I hear that right? We're going back to Frontierland? Okay.
Yeah. That's just the nearest shop where I know they're going to have it.
Okay. Let's check it out.
Unless they have them right here, because...
Well, that would be bizarre. Sorry.
Every time. Oh, they do. I see one of them in the display up here. That's odd. Just that one is there.
Okay. We could still go check out the Frontierland
That's the
one. By all
Mara.
means.
That's Mara. There's also one with the doors that open, but I don't see that one here. Let's
Very
see if
nice.
they have it. And Frontierland.
It was the exasperated that validates that I do that every time. It was still, and it might still be my favorite Jungle Cruise joke I've ever heard. It caught me so off guard, and I loved it, all of it.
I think my favorite one is still if you feel your shoes rapidly filling up with water, you've gotten off on the wrong side.
Now, are there still campers outside who just do all the pin trading on the benches and stuff? Is that still a thing there?
It is still a thing. I don't know if it's happening right now. It is. It is, in fact. There are people out here. They have tables specifically set up for them. They used to have benches here, but they've since been replaced. But there is some pin trading happening right now. I would be afraid. I think I would be intimidated to trade pins with those folks who really know their stuff.
For sure. Here at Epcot, under Spaceship Earth, we have a new line of pin traders ourselves who do that as well. But there's no tables or benches. They just kind of sprawl out all over the concrete.
Yeah.
And I have friends who work in that vicinity, and they said if they're about one umbrella away from looking like a tent city. I would guess it would be under that what's new, but
yeah, it's also a limited thing, so it might be behind the counter somewhere. Maybe they don't have it here.
Could it have only been in that one location?
That would be odd.
And this is still the go-to pin location for this park, right? Oh,
Yeah.
and Lorcana now too. That's fresh and exciting.
Right. See, I see that other pin that I just showed you. The Mara one is up there.
Okay.
But I saw they had the one with the opening doors in the pin trading shop in downtown Disney and in the what's it called? What's this first shop's called on Main Street on your left?
Emporium.
The Emporium. Thank you. Could not think of that word.
Not J.C. Penney. Not Nordstrom. What is it? What's the word? I remember when I was younger at the mall close to where I grew up, there was an Emporium Capwell, if I remember the name of the store right. And then I moved to Oregon and there was a store just called Emporium. And the font was like an old Western font that looked kind of like the one at Disneyland, but it was at a mall. And it threw me because it wasn't the same at all. But I might have to make a phone call later because they had a jingle that I can't remember, which is probably for the best.
Let's see who's over here. It's Jessie, the yodeling cowgirl.
Voiced by SNL alum Joan Cusack. For more SNL alums who have voiced Pixar characters, be sure to check out the article I posted Sunday featuring SNL voices of Pixar characters. Really, the blunt of the brunt of the article is if you watched Inside Out, it's related in some way to somebody. But I connected others. The one I forgot, embarrassingly, was that Penn Jillette was in season 11 with Teller, of Penn and Teller. And he's the voice of Buzz Lightyear's commercial in Toy Story.
Never really an SNL cast member, just a regular, frequent guest appearance.
Well, I did writers too, so.
Yeah.
Not that he was a writer, but people associated in some way.
Sure, yeah.
Hi.
Fantasmic still happening, and it happens without the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll have to bring up once again that our own Mike Celestino here could have gotten some of the best footage of that dragon on its last night, but alas, opted to go home instead.
No, I opted to go see Ari Aster's Beau is Afraid.
That's right. Go elsewhere other than the park.
Which, probably one of my wife's least favorite movies that I've ever dragged her to. So she'll never let me live that down. And then I just have multiple reasons to regret that day, to rue that day.
Well, I just remember, I think we might have even done a live stream earlier that day. I just remember you were there and Then I was like, oh, he's still there. Like, I left. Oh.
This water system here has had a nice long run of working lately.
Is it still?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
There was
and rotating.
There was a day where it wasn't working a couple weeks ago, and then it came back pretty quickly. So whatever the problem was, I think they've generally figured it out.
So I want to know, because the waterways of Disneyland are all connected. And that's true. And for a very long time, the Donald's boat in Toontown, since they basically redid Toontown, was closed up until recently. So I want to know if they were in some way connected, even though there's other bodies of water in between them.
Good question.
They're all connected. Oh, and the gimbal. Everybody hold on tight. Take your Dramamine.
Sorry about that. Hang on one second. Hi, everybody. Okay, that's vertical. Now I want to go back to horizontal. Nope. All right, I got to unplug my headphones again.
Okay. Enjoy the soothing sound of treehouse white noise for a moment.
We're getting there. We're getting there. There we go.
Huzzah! I'm sorry I missed these from Fred. Fred asks, favorite MCU film or movie? And then he gives a spoiler. The ending of Toy Story 4, where Woody gave Jesse a sheriff badge, reminded me of the ending of Endgame, where Steve Rogers gave Sam Wilson his Captain America shield.
The passing of the torch.
Yeah, I'm still perplexed on how they're going to pull off 5 without pulling a Dallas, but we'll see. For those younger than 25, pulling a Dallas is having them say it was all a dream.
I'm sure Woody will find his way back to Bonnie's room somehow.
To Fred's question, favorite MCU film or movie?
I like the Guardians of the Galaxy films. I'm
not huge on them, and I've only seen in full a handful of them. I don't have an answer for you, Fred, unfortunately, because the options are Guardians of the Galaxy, which are only seen collectively, but not front to back, because people keep putting it on the break room where I used to work. And then Ant-Man I saw in theaters, but I don't remember it. So those are really what we're working with here. Oh, and the first of the new Spider-Man with Holland. Kyle, I think, making a football joke. Oh, I thought pulling a Dallas meant doing well in the regular season, but biffing the first round of the playoffs every year, except for when they miss them entirely.
When is Mardi Gras, Tony? Is that coming up? Is that something that happens in the springtime?
Yes, yes, that is correct. It's usually around late February, early March. Let me see the dates. Ignore my...
Right.
Yeah, it's Tuesday, March 4th this year.
Well, we got some Mardi Gras decor up in New Orleans Square.
Kaya points out it's 41 days before Easter. But I thought it had to be a Tuesday.
Well, Easter's always a Sunday.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the Super Bowl and the Academy Awards.
Fred remixes this question just a bit. How about your favorite Marvel character?
My favorite is a character named Benjamin J. Grimm, also known as The Thing, soon to be starring in his own, well, not his own, but co-starring in the Fantastic Four. First Steps coming soon from Marvel Studios.
It's July, isn't it?
July of this year.
Brittany Party of 3. Come on up. July 25th to be specific.
For the Blue Bayou. Yeah, right around Comic-Con again, because last year Deadpool and Wolverine came out Comic-Con weekend, and I want to say Fantastic Four is coming out Comic-Con weekend this year.
Kyle, do you know what Mardi Gras translates to? I do, and it's Fat Tuesday. That's why I said I thought it was always on Tuesday. But then Mike pointed out Easter's always on a Sunday, which I don't know if I just blanked on that or forgot, or I don't know. Moving on. We're past it now. Things happen. Are you going to take us someplace secret, like a little club, Mike?
No, I'm just going around the back way. Oh, you want to go to Club 33?
Yeah, let's do it.
This kid's getting ready to ring the bell.
Oh, because they have a card, though.
Here's a little buzzer.
I remember when Club 33 were areas you could still walk through as a regular guest. The Court of Angels, I think is what it was called.
Mm.
The staircase. And it looks like the train station is still closed here.
Yeah, they're still replacing part of the track for the Disneyland Railroad.
Now, wasn't there a controversy about the building back there or something?
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
Someone was reporting it was gone, and I don't remember.
I think it's one of those things where I remember there was like a week where that clock disappeared from Main Street and everybody was freaking out. I was like, well, they're probably just like polishing it or something.
Let's do it.
And they'll put it back, and then they did. But you need content, I guess. Disney blogs need to have content.
That's true. Well, we did a post about a trailer coming, and then did another post about the trailer's arrival for Alexander and the awful, terrible, horrible thingy bad day road trip experience.
Tomorrow we should put up a post that's the headlines like Alexander trailer came out yesterday.
I mean, hey, maybe. Where are you taking us?
I wanted to show you that viewpoint
that
you're talking about.
Okay.
So this would be the kind of accessible, or I guess like an alternative entrance exit to the Haunted Mansion or cast member. This says authorized cast members only there. But from here, you can see they may have removed one of those buildings from the behind the tracks there at the New Orleans Square train station. It's really hard to tell though, because there's construction walls up. And I just have a feeling that when everything opens back up again, it'll be there. Either they've removed it to refurbish it or whatever.
Yeah.
If not, maybe, prove me wrong, I guess.
All I know is that one of those buildings was used as the backdrop for a filming location in the American Adventure at Epcot.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which marks like the 4th time I've mentioned Epcot on this stream. So maybe I can go to Epcot later. But as I look out my window, it looks like rain. So we'll see.
Tut, tut.
Basically. We are live. If anybody is watching, feel free to let us know what you're thinking in the comments. Any questions, concerns, Kyle chastising us about Mardi Gras, whatever you want to do. We do pop up at the parks from time to time, so be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, get notified whenever we go live like this. We've also been getting better about locking in these programs well ahead of time as opposed to a few hours before. So always stay tuned to Laughing Places YouTube channel. You'll never know what you'll find.
Nice long wait for Haunted Mansion, over an hour right now.
No more virtual queue because the queue is open again.
Yes.
And here in Florida, we have no more virtual queues whatsoever. I threw a party. It was a joyous day.
What?
Ironically, you had to register online for your party and show up when you got a text saying to return.
Yep, that was how my party worked. Zach points out, do they have maps of Tom Sawyer Island there? I I remember they used to do that,
Yeah.
especially with the pirates. Do they still, Mike?
I have one from when they opened the Pirates Lair, but I don't think they distribute them anymore that I know of.
Are they already getting rid of this?
No, I think what I was told is that there was some leaking happening when it rained and they had to do some touch-ups.
Got it. You know, if only there was some kind of psychic in a crystal ball that could have told them that was about to happen. Interesting.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure. On our left.
What about it?
It's open, it's running, the waterfall's going. I hear Randy Newman music playing. Let's see if we can see a log drop here. Shouldn't have jinxed it.
Yep. Oh, goodness. I don't see any going around in front either. Do you?
I see no movement.
Well, while we wait, and this is probably where we'll miss it, earlier this morning on our morning show here on Laughing Place, we do a little thing called Pocket Picks, and we showed off one that shows just how wet you'll get on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Take a look.
This is me before Tiana's Bayou.
Quite wet.
I don't know.
So, just like the predecessor ahead of it did.
Yeah, still no logs dropping yet.
Kyle thinks I was referring to Miss Cleo with the psychic comment. Call Leota now for your free reading.
Whatever happened to her?
I think she died. I watched a documentary, or it might have been a Vice News thing. I guess that's a documentary anyway. Yeah, she passed away in 2016 at the age of 53 under hospice care after she developed colorectal cancer, which metastasized.
Sorry, Miss Cleo.
Now, before it was Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree, you found yourself eating at Hungry Bear a lot.
Yeah.
Is that still true of Hungry Bear
No.
Barbecue Jamboree? Oh, okay.
I've tried it like 3 times and I did not care for it any of the times. So I'm pretty much done there.
I'm sorry. I didn't even finish the question. No.
My regular haunts right now as far as eating, because you know I have a limited diet.
Yes.
I like Flo's V8 Cafe in Carsland. They have a great gluten-free club sandwich, Slow and Low, I think it's called, club sandwich, and Cafe Daisy in Toontown has a great gluten-free pizza. I will go to, if I just want a burger and fries, I'll go to Galactic Grill, aka Tomorrowland Terrace in Tomorrowland.
I call
those
it
are
the
my
place with the
3 big ones.
Tomorrowland 2055 mural. But
yeah, those are my 3 big ones usually.
Okay.
The Red Rose Tavern has a couple things, a good salad that I like, and yeah, depends where I am and how far I want to walk.
Fred asks, "What are your thoughts on your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man?"
I have seen parts of several episodes.
Well, you don't have any, or you don't feel like you could make a review?
I think I said on our Slack that the theme song is a bop, and I asked if I was using that correctly.
I missed that comment, but I would have enjoyed it. Did you watch the SNL concert?
Yes.
When Marty Culp, or is it Bobby's wife, comes out?
Yeah,
And
it was
she
great.
goes, "We have some mad fresh beats. That's slap. No cap." My wife looked at me and goes, "That's you. That's you trying to be," because we have younger friends also that I'll try and relate to
Yeah.
poorly, and that's how it comes out. So when you said it like that, that's what I pictured. It's a vibe.
Yeah, I enjoyed that quite a bit. I haven't sat down and watched a full episode of Spider-Man, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, but it looks like fun. The thing is, you've been to Scum and Villainy Cantina. They've been
Yes.
playing the episodes weekly before trivia, but it's hard to pay attention there.
Fair. That explains how you've seen parts of each episode.
Yeah, exactly. I know Dr. Octopus is in it. This is pretty much the extent of my knowledge.
Folks watching us now, if Doc Ock has not showed up yet, we're sorry for the spoiler.
Yeah. Last time I was here with my wife, Tori, who you know, I was regaling her with the tale of the time I saw a family lay a picnic blanket down on that patch of fake grass there and proceed to sit down and just hang out where it's intended for service animals to do their business.
Find relief, yes.
I don't remember if that happened during a stream or if it was just me walking around, but
it might have been you just walking around.
Yeah.
Although now I kind of want to go back because that does sound familiar. Or you just might have told me that story before. But yeah. Anything new going on in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge? Or are they still getting ready for what's coming up in May?
Yeah, about a month. Well, actually, the end of March starts the season of the Force. So we'll get some new stuff then. Luke Skywalker.
Oh.
Sorry, I got a phone call there, and it dropped the stream.
Are spam calls getting outrageous for you too?
Yeah, spam calls and texts. A lot of them. Yeah. I got a text as I was driving down here today. I got a text saying, "I've prepared a steak and your favorite apple pie. When are you coming over?" And all I could think was like, who like surprises someone with steak? Like
and apple pie together.
Yeah, at least apple pie will hold.
Oh, they're calling back. Well, in the meantime, let's talk about this really fast. Terry asks, how is Art of Animation? Because we're thinking about booking with them. Art of Animation is actually at Walt Disney World. We're streaming from Disneyland. There's a similar aspect here. The Pixar Place Hotel celebrates all the art of Pixar. But the best place to talk to about booking at hotels is mousefantravel.com. They'll be able to help you out with all your Disney travel and booking needs. And Mike is back.
Sorry, my doctor's office kept trying to call me, but
okay.
I will get back to them afterwards.
But yeah, so to answer that question, Terry, reach out to them. They can tell you all about Art of Animation. I like it, but again, it is at Walt Disney World, not Disneyland. So if you're looking for Disneyland, I would suggest Pixar Place, but that's just me. Mike, what are your thoughts on hotels at Disneyland?
I've stayed at Disneyland Hotel and Grand Californian a few times each. I think the Grand Californian is nicer, obviously, just because it's newer and more expensive, and just designed to be slightly like, I don't know, how does the star system work with hotels? But yeah, they're both very nice. If you want to pay to stay at a hotel on property, you'll get the Disney experience. Otherwise, there are hotels very nearby that are much cheaper.
Which is one thing.
Yeah, good.
That's one thing that's great about Disneyland is because it's all right there.
Yeah,
any nearby hotel is easily within walking distance. It doesn't have to be Disney, but with the Disney ones, you do get perks like private entrances and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the pools are nice.
Yeah.
When Tori and I stayed at the Grand Californian once, she did the very early morning exercise regimen in the pool.
Okay, that's nice.
It was on some kind of like wakeboard or something. It was weird.
Interesting. That sounds nice though. We stayed at Disneyland Hotel once, and they did an early morning speed walk through Disney California Adventure, and that was 3 or 4 years ago, and I just got my shin splints to go away from that.
So they're really speed walking.
Because they don't. They tell you from the jump too. Like, this is not a walk in the park. This is rigorous exercise. What I was not expecting was like what that was, and then we were going up over the inclines of Pixar Pier, and it was intense. But I got the one thing I will take away. That I'm not sure if it was factually right or not, but our guy was basically like, these are the biggest bathrooms at Disney California Adventure, and they were the ones in the San Francisco area. And he made it sound like he didn't know why they were the biggest bathrooms. And I'm sitting there, World of Color. And he's like, no, because they were always like that before World of Color. Like, no, they weren't. World of Color.
Speaking of walks in the park, have you done Chalk Walk?
I have not done Chalk Walk.
So we've done it a couple years running.
Well, tell us what Chalk Walk is. I know what it is, but tell our viewers.
Yeah, it's sort of a charity event every summer
for the Children's Hospital of Orange County.
Correct.
Yep.
And it takes place in Disneyland Resort. Ordinarily, at least the times I've done it, you walk through both theme parks. And it's a 5K, I want to say, route. I think that makes sense. And yeah, I've come to really enjoy it. It's very early in the morning. It's obviously before the parks open. So that's the one hiccup about it, is you kind of have to get up. I think because I was with the media and had to like check in, I think I got here at like 4:45 or something.
Okay.
AM, maybe even earlier than that. But
did you stay in Anaheim the night before?
Not this time. No, because I actually don't mind driving at that hour because there's nobody on the road.
That's fair.
It's actually way better than coming down here during the day. So we recently broke the story of the date being announced for Chalk Walk 2025, and that's coming up sometime this summer. I don't remember the exact date.
Well, let's find out.
Okay. Some stormtroopers here, first order.
It looks like it's Sunday, August 3rd this year.
Yeah.
For more information, check out the link that's just being posted in the comments.
Sorry about that. Okay.
We don't have a good shot, man.
Oh, that's not an actual link. My apologies. It's just the text for the link. Were you apologizing to the stormtroopers, Mike? What'd you do?
Yeah, he said I was on a non-civilian frequency.
Oh.
So he ordered me to correct that.
Now, because we're so close to Season of the Forest and there's a lot of stuff coming, I'll allow this. Go further in and tell us what's going on with that new nighttime show.
Okay, my understanding, and I misunderstood this at first. I thought the projections were going to be part of Fire of the Rising Moons, which is the show, the John Williams music that plays during the Disneyland fireworks. But my understanding now is that it's a separate show. And I cannot remember the name of the projection show, so you're gonna have to look that up too. I'll get there eventually, like I did with Fire of the Rising Moons. It just took repetition to drill it into my brain. But it does have a name, and I think it includes the Skywalker saga.
Well, while I'm here,
so my guess is you'll see the projection show either right before or right after the fireworks. Probably before, right? I think that makes the most sense. On days when there are fireworks, it's not always fireworks, as you know. Oh, a lot of characters out right now. I see Vi Marati, I see Chewbacca, and I see Rey.
See, I opened the window again because I'm looking up the Season of the Force information, and as
Sure.
I'm looking at your window here, I don't see the characters, so I'm guessing they're further out there or surrounded by crowd.
Well, yeah, they are surrounded by crowd. Chewbacca does stand taller than a lot of people, so he sticks out. He's right there. Rey is here. I lost Vi. Oh, she's over there now.
It's called Shadows of Memory: A Skywalker
yeah.
Saga.
See, even as you say it now, I'm like, I'm never gonna remember that. Shadows of it just sounds so generic.
It debuts March 28th and will play alongside Under the Tuscan Sun.
Shadows of Memory sounds like a title of a
Fire of the Rising
Legend
Moon.
of Zelda video game.
Yeah,
Legend of
I can see
Zelda,
that.
Shadows of Memory.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, there's Rey. I saw with the tablet out, and I thought it was those droids.
Uh-huh.
Now, what'd you just point out? Tell us.
This is Bard. He's an old-timey ancient droid he's the one who's projecting the show and playing the music in universe for the Fire of the Rising Moon.
Okay. Will he I have it open still. Shadows of Memory, the Skywalker Saga.
Yes, I believe so.
Paul says he once encountered a stormtrooper there as they interrogated him. I was trying to tell him that I was on vacation. And that doesn't matter to them. When was the last time you went into Oga's?
It's been a while now. Probably 6 months.
Do you believe that Oga's is an intentional hidden Donald?
Hidden. Oh.
Have you heard this before?
Yeah. Because the blue. Yeah.
The blue with the
And the
two
hat.
circles, the eyes, and then the overhang is the beak. Yeah.
I can see it. I don't know.
Is that as I ask because, or are people just wanting to find Disney in Galaxy's Edge?
I'm on the fence about it. I could see it going either way.
That goes. So I subscribe because nobody really knows the real origin of hidden Mickeys, right? I subscribe to the theory that it was because of Epcot and because they didn't want characters in Epcot, so they started hiding Mickey heads and all this stuff there. And those are like the really good hidden Mickeys, not just the three circles. So part of me wonders if that's kind of in that same vein, but
right.
Who knows?
Now let's leave Batu and return to our own galaxy.
Do you still have your Black Spire card or the Spyro? Is that what it's called? The Spyro card?
Spyra, yeah.
Spyra.
With an A.
Not the dragon of video game lore.
Not only do I have one of them, I have 3 different ones because they've released 3 different colors now. I'm sure there'll be more.
I just like because you told me once that you like to go and you would go to Oga's or wherever and just throw it down and just feel like you lived there in that world. And I thought that was really cool. So if only there was something I cared about as much that would do something like that.
Yeah, those fun. Those days were fun. I kind of stopped myself getting because I would try to go to Oga's all the time, but it was getting a little expensive.
Yeah,
you know,
$18 for a drink.
Yeah. If next time they come out with like a new mug, I'll probably go in. Would probably be Season of the Force. Who knows?
Conestoga wagon back on scene. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been there for a while now, but I remember that's another thing that went missing that everybody freaked out about.
Yeah, me included. I thought that was gonna be gone forever. Honestly, I'm really glad that they brought it back. I was upset about that personally.
Kyle, I don't know if he's asking a question or 6 months of scum and villainy more affordable than one trip to Oga's.
That might actually might correlate well with around the time I stopped going to Oga's as much, because we we go to Scum and Villainy every Wednesday for trivia, and we get drinks almost every time, so it does add up. But it's our little regular get together with friends and nice little escape during the week. We're going
I feel
tonight. In
honored
fact.
to have joined you once.
Yeah, anytime you're in town, please. We actually have a 5-person team right now, which leaves one extra slot for like guest trivia participants.
I was like, I think it was 5 when I went. It was me, you, Tori, and Cole, and his at the time bride to be.
Yeah, and now our friend John has joined the team since then.
I don't think this is true, but Kyle says Tony's a designated fill-in. Yes, that one time my schedule happened to allow it. Yes. What was the name of you did the documentary Lapse? Who was that about?
John Allen Hale?
It's not that John.
No.
Okay.
Different John. John William Ross.
Okay.
Who
founder of the department store?
No. Director of the Hulu original movie, Grim Cuddy, which you can go and watch right now on Hulu.
Nice. Kyle, apparently Tony is to fill in the morning show, but it also extends. So I guess I just fill in everywhere. I did get asked to play on my friend's softball team recently, so who knows? That might be true. Lapse is seeing a bit of a resurgence in popularity.
Yeah,
want to talk about that?
I have a bone to pick about that actually, because for a while it was sitting at like just over 1,000 views, which is, if you know YouTube, it's basically nothing. But there was a Reddit post about John Allen Hale, the subject of my little short documentary.
And why?
Why?
And what did he do in the documentary?
Oh yes, he basically comes to Disneyland frequently and goes on one attraction over and over again called Radiator Springs Racers and Cars Land over at Disney California Adventure. He for the purposes of the documentary, I was following him to his goal of 10,000 rides, because he keeps a very thorough record of his how many times he's been on, how many times he's won or lost the race, etc. And I think these days he's almost at 15,000.
Wow.
Anyway, after the Reddit post kind of blew up, it had gotten up to like 8,500. I checked it around that time, and then I went back yesterday or the day before and looked to see what it was up to, and it dropped back down to like 5,500. I don't know. How do you lose views on YouTube? However you do, I did it.
Hello. I've noticed that with some of our content before, and it frustrates me. But I don't know. Can you argue that? Do I have to file a report? Like, what is that?
I honestly don't care about the number. I was just excited that people were seeing it.
Yeah.
Because it didn't really make a splash when I first released it, and I'm bad at promoting things that I make and marketing and stuff, so I just kind of abandoned it. But I was happy to see it have that little resurgence.
Yeah, I remember you posted. It was one of our most viewed pages or something.
Yeah,
years after it posted, and you're just kind of like, anybody want to talk about why?
Well, it is the 5-year anniversary of the documentary as well.
There's no day parade currently at Disneyland, right?
I think I'm pretty sure they're still doing that character cavalcade.
But that's not a parade, Mike. That's
No,
a
it's not a parade.
cavalcade.
Right.
Are we going to take a little bypass pathway?
Oh my.
What do you want to do? You want to go this to the right or to the left?
Go in the main way. We'll pull a little light magic route here.
Okay.
Although yes, the pathway was built for light magic, but you see the lighting that was before. Anyway, I move on. Let's move on.
It's the small world is still under refurb. Now, when this opens back up, is it going to have the new verse or does that come in the summertime?
That will arrive July 17th, according
okay.
to all the announcements.
What is
So
the new
unless
verse?
that
Do we know the
opens-
lyrics?
Yeah. Oh goodness. It's like on Mother Earth. Hold on. Yeah, they showed it in the Mary Poppins documentary that was on 2020 or the 2020 special.
Okay.
That's later.
So it was announced a little over a week ago. The new verse is Mother Earth unites us in heart and mind, and the love we give makes us humankind. Through our vast, wondrous land, when we stand hand in hand, it's a small world after all.
Cool. And do they think this will placate people from stripping off their clothes and swimming around in the water?
Just laughing. I love a good word use, and placate is fantastic. I hope so. Frankly, I hope so. Yeah. Or I shouldn't instigate the behavior, but I'm gonna. Or they'll just strip themselves naked and then stand hand in hand across the vast, wondrous land.
It's a step up. It's a step up. You can't deny it.
First of all, Zach points out the typing ASMR. Yes, you're welcome. It's very much my Sandra Bullock in the net. We're stopping the Praetorians over here. Kyle asks, do you think it will be added throughout the ride or just during the finale? I think it'll be just during the finale, but we don't know for sure. Is the Toontown stop closed too? Is the whole train closed?
The whole train is closed. Yeah, they're replacing
again?
part of the track. Yeah.
Or still? I thought it
Still.
reopened.
Well, they did reopen, and then now they're replacing a different part of the track.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully, that'll be back up by summertime. I think it will. Same kind of stuff they used last time. That informative placards.
I'm willing to bet they're the same ones.
I bet you're right. Walt Disney and his love of trains.
Which you could also read about how it inspired the Enchanted Tiki Room in a new book called Before the Birds Sang Words, of which I had an interview recently with the author, Ken Bruce. And it's all connected through his love of miniatures and mechanics and trains and et cetera, et cetera.
How did trains inspire the Tiki Room?
Just so through his travels and everything, and how he built the miniature in his backyard, the Carrollwood Pacific.
Yeah.
And how it gave him into like replicating things on different scales. Except one begets the other. I can't give these specifics right now, but yeah, it's conveyed quite well in the book.
Yeah, that's okay. How'd that interview go?
It was good. We got off on a tangent because he used to work again. Here's number 5. He used to work at Epcot. So we were talking about the state of management that also connects back to the Tiki Room. But we did get off tangent and talk about that a little bit. That is not, unfortunately, that didn't make it into the edit because we tried to stay on topic as best we can. But it was nice to talk about somebody who also agrees that they're focusing too hard on making the parks relevant to what's modern and hip in media right now, when Disneyland, by its very inherent nature, has not ever been relevant. It's been celebrating like the future or
Right.
the past or
Right.
So it was fun. And speaking of tweaking things for no reason whatsoever, welcome to Toontown. Not that I'm still bitter or anything.
Pluto.
I've asked you this before. How would you feel, Mike, if they went to Galaxy's Edge and said, you know what? It's a little too noisy and rambunctious in here, even though spaceships and everything are, by their very nature, are noisy and overstimulated. Let's
Right.
make it a lawn.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean for sure.
Although I do like the new hills. I will say that. I've always liked the new hills, but
Today would be a good day for that Donald's splash play area.
is it hot today out there?
It is a little toasty. I had the AC on in the car, I think, for the first time this year.
Goofy's How to Play Yard, which includes references to the 1995 film A Goofy Movie. I've been staring at a piece of World of Color art for a while today. Stay tuned to laughingplace.com later for reasons why. But it does have a picture of Powerline embedded in that art. So the new World of Color will likely feature eye to eye. So I'm very curious to see how that will unfold.
And Donald's duck pond is not open.
But also, you're only jumping on it now because so many people confess their love for Powerline through sales at Box Lunch. And now you're saying, oh, this is a good song 30 years later. Come on, guys. And Donald's boat is finally open. It has been for a while now, but I'll remember our earlier live streams after Toontown first reopened, and this was behind walls for quite some time.
Well, it's behind a rope right now.
Oh, okay. I retract the statement.
Why, I couldn't tell you.
And Fred, I like this, and I'm going to play off of it. Interesting fact about a Goofy movie: it was released the same day as Bad Boys.
Let's ask Doobie if it's fun.
Interesting fact about
Oh, he said
Bad
interesting
Boys.
fact. Sorry.
Yeah. Interesting fact about Bad Boys is that it was originally written for Dana Carvey and John Lovitz.
I knew
would have
that.
made it an entirely different movie.
I did know that. Instead, they went and starred in Trapped in Paradise,
Something like that, yeah.
a Christmas classic. Another movie that my wife is angry I made her watch.
I'm trying to think of movies that my wife got irrationally mad that I made her watch. And there are just a lot. Clifford comes to mind immediately.
Martin Short, Charles
Martin
Grodin.
Short and Charles Grodin, exactly.
Yeah.
So is he an adult who thinks he's a kid? No, he's a kid. And then she also worked in theme parks. That's where we met. And she too agrees, though. That ride would never work in real life. One person in a vehicle?
Yeah.
Kyle, it stinks. Just because I mentioned, I think Kyle's has a word association with John Lovitz, and just immediately, because anytime I talk about John Lovitz with him, it stinks.
I do love The Critic also.
Yeah, that one I liked when I was younger. As I got older, I actually appreciated more of it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah.
Buy my book.
Okay.
Fred thinks that the new casting of Bad Boys is good. It would not have been that good.
I'm a fan of Dana Carvey's entire oeuvre, including Clean Slate, Opportunity Knocks, Master of Disguise, all of them.
Kyle's becoming a little critic soundbite button. Hachi Machi. Although John Lovitz did have probably top 3 moments for me of the SNL 50 show. Did you? Yeah.
Call it from the American Doll stall.
Yeah.
American Doll
Across the
store.
street. I'm not mad. I just want to know why. And
Pretty
John
good.
Lovitz and I are birthday buddies also.
Uh-huh.
So I have a particularly fondness for John Lovitz. Mostly for that reason.
Does he have any Disney connections? I guess Disney probably owns the critic now.
Yeah, I think they do. I can't think of any specifically offhand. The one that immediately jumped to mind is A League of Their Own, but I think that's Columbia TriStar, not Disney. He was in The Brave Little Toaster.
Okay.
Here's that typing again. Sorry, everybody. Yes, the radio and The Brave Little Toaster, but that wasn't. I mean, yeah, it wasn't a Disney Animation Studios release, but it was still a subsidiary. He voiced Queen Gabnadine and Randy Cunningham, 9th Grade Ninja.
I've never heard of that.
Never heard of that either. And the Touchstone film Mr. Destiny, where he played Clip Metzler.
Oh, I saw Mr. Destiny in the theater. What year was that? 89?
90.
90. Okay. Why? I don't know. Not a children's movie. It's not like explicit or anything, but it's like, I didn't even remember. It's like a guy who wished he had done better at baseball or something. I don't know.
Okay.
And he gets his wish.
Looking at Randy Cunningham, 9th Grade Ninja, an American, British, Irish animated television series. Blah, 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 blah. Premiered on Disney XD in September 2012 and ended July 2015. Okay. So, from Titmouse. Good for them.
Is that an animation
Titmouse
studio?
Yeah, it's an animation studio. Titmouse does 2 of my current favorite Disney TV animation shows, both Kif and Stugo.
Now that you mention it, I think their offices are near where we live in Burbank. I think I've passed by there.
Disney TV animation or Titmouse?
No, Titmouse. I
I
remember
believe it.
giggling as we went past.
Gaming with Luke. Are you using your phone to live stream? I would assume Mike is. Yes. I think the one thing that stands out about the critic, there's a lot of things that I remember with the show, but the one thing that will always come to my mind first was when Jurassic Park was new to date the critic. When they did a trailer for Jurassic Park 2, and it was a raptor jiggling the door because it's locked, and they slide a newspaper under it, and the key falls out, and it comes back in. That's what I remember most.
Is the raptor smoking a pipe at some point?
Yes, I believe after he gets in, and then he starts talking to everybody, foreshadowing Jurassic Park 3 when raptors could talk
and smoke pipes. The one that stands out to me is, I think it's the pilot episode of The Critic with the Beauty and the Beast parody, Beauty and King Dork. Do you remember this?
I don't, not offhand.
Okay.
I might need to rewatch. It was streaming on Crackle for a while, but I don't think Crackle even exists anymore.
What a nice day on a submarine lagoon here.
Once again, nothing moving.
Oh, here it comes. There's a sub coming our way.
Okay. I feel like the only thing I've seen moving today, really, that we've looked at was Alice in Wonderland, and that was kind of off to the side for a split second.
No, there never was. No, one time I was here and there was
I'm absolutely hearing the conversation of the person next to you.
Girl. No, that was somewhere else. That was somewhere else.
Now, we used the Submarine Voyage in our thumbnail, but that's a picture from on the ride.
Right there.
I don't think you would go on the ride for us.
Wait,
We would definitely not keep a signal underwater, I'm sure.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's not gonna be good from inside.
I can't
Especially
remember
from
if it was
inside the
you.
cave over the...
I can't remember if it was you or your wife who adamantly refuses to get on this attraction.
She does not like it. Tori does
Okay.
not like it. She feels very claustrophobic in there.
Fred asks, "Does Roger Rabbit even show up in Toontown anymore?" The
As a-
last I ever
no.
saw, was a special Easter event where all the rabbits were around,
Oh,
and he was in Toontown. But I don't think he can regularly, legally anymore. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's a thing. The Mariner.
that's the name of Kevin Costner's character in Waterworld.
And a Seattle baseball team. Yes, Mike. Let us know in the comments, when you see the word Mariner, what do you think of? Fred, do you think he'll come back for Easter? In my wildest dreams, I would love anytime Roger Rabbit is around. Yeah, that'd be great. I saw him at a special event a couple of years ago, and I forgot how short he actually was.
Oh.
I always in my head I remember him being like Goofy height, but he's
Yeah.
not. He's somewhere between like Mickey and Pluto,
Okay.
or maybe that was just that instance. I don't know.
It should be. Oh, they have a.
Zach, Mariner of the Seas, the Royal Caribbean ship. Thank you, Zach. That's the Mariner of the Subs.
There's also Namor, the Submariner.
What?
Namor, the Submariner.
I don't know what that is.
He's a Marvel Comics character.
Oh, okay, that's why.
He was in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever as the villain.
Fred, if you saw Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie on Disney Plus, what was your reaction to his cameo? I loved it. I love Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, the movie. That basically is a sequel to Who Framed Roger Rabbit, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have Roger Rabbit in it that much.
I thought that was really funny. Maybe I should revisit that.
I rewatched that again and again. And actually, I did our Easter egg post for it because there are a ton in that movie.
Yeah. I'm guessing that has survived the purge.
Yeah, that has. Zach points out Namor was the first Marvel Comics character ever.
That's true. Yeah, it goes back to the Golden Age, along with Captain America and the original Human Torch, who was an android.
So earlier I mentioned the restaurant with the 2055 art. That's it right above you. If you want to know what could have been for Tomorrowland back in the mid-90s, there it is. That was a look test for it, and they kept it and still keep it refreshed over time, which I think is fun. But that was going to be the whole look of the land. And who knows? It might still be in the future.
The future, you say?
We can't say that about Tomorrowland right now.
No.
Sorry. I'm in the camp that of all the announcements we got at D23, hypothetical or otherwise, the one we've been missing for about 6 years now has been Tomorrowland. Like, what are you guys doing?
Right. See if I could find that indie pin.
Oh, that's right. Most of the day has been looking for that, and I forgot.
Hello.
Hi. Do you guys have that Indiana Jones pin with the doors that open? Oh, perfect. Can I just take a look at it? Thank you. All right. I just want to show it off. Thanks. There we go. And
Oh, that's cool.
much like in the attraction, the doors will open up. Inside it has the logo, Indiana Jones and the Indiana Jones Adventure 30th anniversary.
It did look like a lot more words.
And then you
Nice.
got a silhouette of Indy there on the left, and some rocks, brickwork. I picked one up for Jeremiah Good, who wanted one.
Shocked. I am stunned
Thank you.
that he wanted that. No, that's awesome. When it wasn't opening for you, at first I thought you were going to say, and just like the real doors on the ride.
They don't open.
And I was hoping when you opened it, like you would get eternal youth or knowledge of the future or something. But
Yeah.
the logo, the alien pizza planet. I still call it Red Rocket's Pizza Port, but that's just me. Have you seen the new Toy Story line of Roosevelt shirts?
I think I did. Yes.
There's a Pizza Planet one that if you look, turn around and show me the Moonliner and that building. It almost looks like that on the shirt back. I thought it was fun, but I mean that's kind of what it looks like in the movie too. But there's more of a dome, and then the Star Trader neon lights, which have always been my favorite. What do you think of those lights, Mike?
I think they're cool, especially at nighttime.
Is that store just all Star Wars still, or is there more in there?
It's like half Star Wars right now and half other Disney stuff.
Generic Disneyland.
Yeah. Still have the X-wing.
I still like the silhouettes up top.
Yeah.
We don't have that in Florida, and I like that touch.
And a nondescript UFO.
Tomorrowland, space, aliens, Fantasyland East. Sorry.
Sarah, let's go.
Well, that family's ready to go.
Sorry.
Wait, hold on. Spin around. Spin around. Go directly backwards from where you are.
Okay.
There was something on a shelf. Straight ahead, that green thing. Oh, it's a blanket. Okay. The way when you passed by it looked like we have the Dino-Rama games here in Florida, or had them. They're gone now. And they had Triceratops plush toys that were that color. And I thought the frill of the blanket folding looked like the frill of that. I was like, there's no way they're selling them there. Fred asked if there's any Captain America stuff. Would there be any in that store?
No, all the Marvel stuff is over at DCA now. You're not going to really see any, except maybe pins, I would say. Most of the Marvel stuff is not going to be sold in Disneyland.
And unfortunately, as much as I would love to stay up here until we're 6 o'clock at night, we're not going to go over to DCA on the live stream, but Mike might head over there later. So stay tuned to Disney's. Stay laughingplay.com. You find show up over there. I kind of want to take you halfway down Main Street, and then we'll wrap up there after I poke into a store with you.
Okay.
We did our full circle tour of the park so far today.
Yes.
Because Mike goes left, so if you're just joining us, you're catching us towards the end.
Where we like to check to see if any progress has been made at the entrance to Tomorrowland over here.
Oh, yeah. I have a guess that there isn't any.
When I kind of tweeted about it last week, and it for us, it kind of went viral.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe this will spur some movement.
Well, it's so funny because so many people complain. There's one thing I complain about that still hasn't happened yet. That's Seamless Circle Vision 360 and the China Pavilion at Epcot. That's 6 times now. But people complain about how long Tron took, how long Guardians took, how long Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway California took. Like the Treehouse in Adventureland took over a year. This is a planter box feature. And this dates back to pre-pandemic, pre-Galaxy's Edge, because that was part of an initiative to widen pathways for the expected crowds that never showed up for Galaxy's Edge.
Right. Well, somebody replied to that tweet from last week and said they used to work here and that the team behind this project left the park left Disney as employees during the pandemic and never came back, and I guess it's just kind of been forgotten about.
Okay,
I don't know.
I have no disrespect towards the creatives and the folks who did that illustration, everything like that. You don't need a full team to show me the art again. You don't need a full team to install 6 white bowls that I can get from a crate and barrel and filled with seeds and put in a topiary. That's another landscaping team. And I know they still work there because you were just showing us the flowers earlier.
Yeah.
Come on. Anyway.
Someday. I should go wish in the wishing well.
I'm wishing
Someday.
for the
Yeah, that
plenty
one.
to come.
All right, going back down Main Street.
Fred has an absolute excellent question. I want to know your thoughts on. I have my answer. Fred asks, do you prefer Disneyland or Disney California Adventure? It depends on the year for me. Some years I like California Adventure more. Some years I like Disneyland more. It's kind of back and forth. Mike?
I think I'll always prefer Disneyland. Lately, it's been because of the shade. There's just more shade to walk around because I walk around a lot doing these streams.
Yeah.
But just in general, I like the vibe more and the attractions more. But I do love DCA also.
Yeah. I talk about this whenever I talk about California Adventure. I always liked California Adventure. And then after Buena Vista Street and World of Color and other aspects like placemaking at Paradise Pier and to an extent Hollywoodland, I loved California Adventure. But then right around Pixar Pier-ish, and I know that's kind of saying something, that's when I started to like California Adventure again. So I go back and forth. But Tomorrowland now, if you're going to ask me that question, I'm looking at Tomorrowland and Disneyland, I'll go California Adventure. No question. But if you throw me into Adventureland or, New Orleans Square, that area, I'll be, Disneyland for sure. So, yeah.
Just the history of it too, just being the first Disney theme park. And
yeah, that's true. Well, I like
walking
to talk
in
about
Walt's footsteps.
I talk about going around, especially because I have Magic Kingdom down the street. I will walk by, and in Disneyland, I can knock with my knuckle on the brick, and it's brick. Whereas I go to Disney World, and it's fiberglass. Like it's a difference that goes overlooked, but you could feel.
Where did you want to go on Main Street?
Go past Center Street and pop in. It's like the jewelry and Dooney section of the Emporium. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep, I see it.
Okay. Mikey says, yay. Seeing some new names here. Bray, thanks for joining us. Mikey or Mickey, thanks for joining us as well. See if there's anything new in here. I know Cinderella's celebrating her 70th. She has a new Dooney out. Those are fun pastel jerseys.
Yeah.
What's the Starbucks display there? It was
tumblers.
Oh, the tumblers. Okay. Florida has a new white one that kind of has panels. Do you see a California equivalent to that?
Oh, the Starbucks tumbler?
Yeah.
Here, but you want me to go across to Starbucks?
Let's do that. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, everybody, on the live stream. This is the part of the live stream where I take Mike shopping. Which it's actually not a bad idea. You're looking for things to cover today. If we find something new, merchandise always does well.
Yeah. So what do we got here? This is a different one.
Oh, that is fun. So in Florida, we have ones that are white and it has the Disney World logo, just the D, and it's got like colored panels at the bottom that have different park icons.
Okay.
I figured there'd be a similar one in California with the Disneyland D and there's icons, but I'm not seeing it there unless that's their answer to it.
Mm.
But
I can take photos of those.
yeah, do that, and then go ahead and pick up some tumblers and put on the Laughing Place card. Compliments of me.
I assume you're joking.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Because I know he'll come back to me and be like, Mike said compliments of you, so you're gonna be paying for that.
Also, I don't have a company card.
Okay.
There's also this stuff.
The tote has been around,
Okay.
as has the cylindrical thermos or whatever you
Yeah.
want to call that. I'm pretty sure the mug has too.
Okay. All the same art.
Yeah. But the other tumbler you found, that's the first I saw of that one.
Okay.
But not the one that corresponds with the Florida one I'm talking about.
Yeah. All right.
So, who knows? Okay. Well, while we're here on Main Street USA, where we started from earlier today, now is a better time than any to wrap things up. Thanks for joining us on today's live stream from Disneyland. If you like content like this, be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, get notified whenever we go live. Tomorrow we have another similar stream, probably with me as well, but it'll be watches Jeremiah races through Magic Kingdom and tries to get out of there in under 45 minutes or less. So watch us live from Magic Kingdom tomorrow, and that'll be at 11 o'clock Pacific, 2 o'clock Eastern. Then stay tuned for all the other fun stuff we have throughout the week. Days shows like Disney Parks Talk Live, Disney Trivia Live coming up on Saturday night with Doobie and Gideon. Next week, Barely Necessities, our live Disney merchandise show. Either way, yes, Mike.
Huh?
Oh, I thought somebody else talking as they walked by. My apologies. All right.
No, you're good.
From Disneyland, California. So long, everybody.
Bye.